Okay, so today we're going to talk about, go over pages 150 through 152, I believe. And first of all, we're going to talk about semicolons. When to use semicolons. The big thing about semicolons, remember we've talked about compound sentences. And we learned that if you have two full sentences, you can put them into one sentence and connect them with an and, but, for, or, and use a comma. Remember that? If you don't want to use and, but, for, or, nor, you can simply connect them with a semicolon. And sometimes it sounds better to use just a semicolon rather than adding those. So look at the example they give right there. The entrance of thy words giveth light. It giveth understanding unto the simple. There's some poetry, pretty much. It's from Psalms, I believe. But so here, notice we have two complete thoughts put into one sentence connected by a semicolon. When parts of a compound sentence are joined by a semicolon, place an X on the conjunction line when diagramming. So here, you see right here where we've connected two sentences. Normally you would have put the and, but, for, or, nor where that X is. Because there isn't one and just a semicolon, you just put an X. Okay? All right, so let's look at these sentences. Pray for a good harvest. God will provide. Put a semicolon in between those two sentences there. The Lord reigneth. Let the people tremble. Once again, without that semicolon, you have a run-on sentence, which in grown-upville, when you write those sentences like that in college or in high school, a run-on sentence can be, when I was in college, can lower your grade by 1 grade, just that one error. Yesterday is gone forever. Tomorrow never comes. Reputation is seeming character. Wait, reputation is seeming. Character is being. So you can see here why the punctuation was important. I can barely read it without it. A man with courage stands firm. A coward runs from conflict. And all of these, we could have put a but in between there. A man with courage stands firm, but a coward runs from conflict. But they've chosen not to, which is fine. You just have to punctuate it correctly. Nothing is so strong as gentleness. Nothing is so gentle as real strength. True courage is like a kite. A contrary wind raises it higher. That's a good sentence. Be of good cheer. It is I. And Jesus said that one. All right, punctuate these compound sentences correctly with either a semicolon or a comma. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. So the thing to remember is this a complete thought? Whoops, stopping here. And is this a complete thought? Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. I think they're two independent, very complete thoughts. So let's put a semicolon. Commit thy works unto the Lord. Complete thought. And thy thought shall be established. So here we have an and connecting to complete thought. So we put a comma. The tongue of the just is as choice silver. The heart of the wicked is little worth. So here they're not connected with an and, but, for, or, an or. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts. Be not drunk with wine, but be filled with the Spirit. O God, lift up thine hand. Forget not the humble. A merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart the spirit is broken. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. So now diagram those. Okay, so we're not going to take the time to diagram these today, but what I want to show you is let's just look at number 1. Okay, and how about we take this little blank spot up here to diagram this one. Serve the Lord with gladness. So this is a command or a request. So it's you serve. And who are you going to serve? Lord. Okay. You could put with, gladness, how you serve. You serve the Lord, right? They don't do all that stuff there. But then in the verb, you make dotted line, go across, dotted line down, and this was a semicolon, so just put an X. And then down here in the verb, come. Oops. Sorry. You come. You come. And you could take the time to do before his presence. You could put that there. And with singing, which they're not really requiring at this point. Maybe we'll do that a little bit later. Hopefully they'll give us more chances to diagram later. And hopefully, I'm hoping maybe we can get together a few weeks before school's out. Maybe we could just really focus on diagramming some stuff we learned together. All right. Forget right D. And let's go to the next page. All right. So when do we underline? So underlining is used mostly in hand when you're writing by hand as opposed to typing. So you're going to underline books, newspapers, and magazines. Okay? If you were typing these, you would hit the italicize button. And it would like slant them, make them look a little fancy. So you wouldn't underline them. You would just italicize them. So, but we're going to underline, if we're writing by hand, books, newspapers, magazines. Also, names of ships, names of trains, and names of planes. Also, names of plays, films, sculptures, paintings, and other works of art. Okay? Alright, so let's look at number 1. Grant Wood's painting, American Gothic, has become very popular. This is the title of his painting, American Gothic. I subscribe to National Geographic magazine, which is my favorite magazine. 3 people in our small town get the New York Times newspaper. In the Great Steamboat Race, the Robert E. Lee, that's the name of the boat, race, the Natchez Queen. The Venus de Milo is a magnificent Greek statue that was discovered in an underground cave. Our school production, here's a play, The Mr. Slippy River Race by Ron Hamilton. Silas Marner, which is a name of a book. A novel by George Eliot shows how greed affects people. Romeo and Juliet, a play, is a tragic play. The Shakespearean play Macbeth is a story of one man's thirst for power. Miss Havisham in Great Expectations, a novel by Charles Dickens, is quite an unusual character. Do not underline the Bible or books in the Bible. Okay, you don't have to do that. When using a computer, put underlined words in italic. That's why I just talked to you about it. And no, they would do that. Italic means the same as underline. So, like if you were doing on a computer, this is what it would look like. You would do that. And it would be up top with your fonts. All right? All right, let's look at the next one. Now it doesn't want to work. Ugh. All right, I'm going to get out of it. I'm getting out of it. Just a second, see if I can find it. 2. Let's see if we can. Decide which of the selections are underlined correctly. All right, so in number 1, we have Better Homes and Gardens, which is a magazine. Should we underline that or shouldn't we? They should. How about the book of Genesis? No, remember they just told us don't bother to don't underline those. Not so right. Pensacola News Journal. So we should. USS Alabama. Submarine. Either way. Definitely a book. First Timothy, book of the Bible. I don't underline. Satellite telescope. Yeah, a satellite. Um, yes. Okay. Bangor Daily News, newspaper. Holy Bible, said not to underline it. Three Musketeers, the book. Not just a movie, it's a book. Write sentences on the book paper with in each of the following names. Oh, I haven't given you anything, have I? I want you to do this. But you only have to pick three. So write three sentences. Yes, I want three sentences. And they should include one of the your five options. And if you want to make it up, I don't care. But you need to underline it correctly. That's what they want you to do. Um, remember D, correct word in the sentence, and I'll let you do this on your own. So pick three sentences, right? D.